Hello and welcome to the Everyday Board Game Podcast with your host Daniel.
And Daniel.
Daniel, happy 2025.
Yeah, it's about a week when this airs. We're in the final week. This will air on the 29th of December. So it has been a fun 2025.
Been a great year for gaming.
Yeah.
Overall. It's been
and not just for
year.
what we've been playing and stuff like that, but just some of the stuff that came out, some of the new expansions that are coming out.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a great year.
And despite, there's been some financial hardships for a lot of companies. There's been some tricky situations.
Some sad news here and there.
But gaming is still alive, and that's the best thing about why board games are so great, right? A game that came out 20-something years ago, if it's still available, people, you can still play it if you've bought it,
Yeah, exactly.
Unless it's like a legacy, these are still playable.
Playable. Right? Let's see. I mean, I got Castle Panic down there. That is the second edition, but I mean, that's something that came out nearly 20 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
The early 10s?
Early 10s, yeah, I think it was 2011.
Yeah,
right? So it's like 15 years right now. So it's one of those things where it's like, we don't have to always be cult of the new, right?
Yeah.
Well, although we will be talking about that here in a minute. Sometimes it's just worth it to just go back and play those games that we've been enjoying.
Yeah, and the thing about it, too, is we've actually been really good about trying to get some... Yeah, we've gotten some new games, and we have a category on here, what we're going to be talking about here in a little bit, where it says new to me, but for me, when I write about this, it's all basically based on my statistics that I keep.
That's right. Yep, absolutely. And I know I went through... Now, we're going to talk about all the statistics. First, we got to give a shout out to the app that we use, right? Yeah. Because we use this all the time. Mm-hmm. They are not a sponsor. They are not affiliated. They don't even know we're doing this.
Yeah, no, but it's one of the more popular statistics. I know other people do it on Board Game Geek and stuff like that. I like the fact that this specific app that I can keep on my phone integrates with Board Game Geek.
That's right.
What's even interesting about that, funny note, the creator of this stat, Board Game Geek, actually got a hold of him to help design their new app.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, that goes to show, like, somebody was just super passionate about it, right? They made it a hobby, and they made this really in-depth app, and they do awesome development on it.
Yep.
And the whole premise is that it just keeps track of our stats. Mm-hmm. So every time we play
We're
a game...
stat nerds.
We are stat nerds. We play a game, we go into our app, we specify, I played this game with these people, here's our scores, or here's who won, this is where I am, this is the date that it is.
Yeah.
And it just keeps track of all of it. This is called BG Stats.
And the thing about it, too, is like you can even get more in-depth when you're tracking it if you played someone else's copy or your personal copy. Or if you add in expansions to it, or if you're playing a different set. And so it's actually really fantastic.
It is. So, like, the creator of BG Stats, like, we just got to give you props for that, because that's where most of this numbers that we got from. So if you don't know about it, seriously, go download it.
Yeah,
it's free for the base game, I think.
It's also, it's the base, and it's on iOS as well as Android.
Yeah, and then it's like, if you want to get the premium stuff, it's like $3 or $6, whatever.
And it's one for a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like, I just went in, and because I didn't have like some of the extra categories that you had, and I was like, wait, how do you do this? Oh, it's $5? Okay, I'll buy that, whatever.
And the thing is, like,
sending the money.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have no problem supporting this app and all this and that. I even pay for a yearly for the cloud syncing.
Oh, sure.
This way I can have access to this or my other, on my tablet if I'm using the tablet.
Yep.
And I have it where, because of the syncing, I can actually have it connect to my Board Game Geek connections.
Exactly. Cool. So how did your stats overall look? Like, what was surprising about this?
A lot. For people who don't know, this episode we're just going to be it's a bonus episode for everybody out there. We're going to be talking about our statistics.
Yep.
We didn't get
our last episode of 2025.
Yeah, so that's kind of nice about that.
Yeah.
Nothing really popped out on the fact that I was able to get my H index up, which I'll explain that in a little bit when we get to it.
You had to re-explain it for me.
Yeah. I got that up. It's probably the best one I've had so far. It's not as good as like other people's, because I don't play a lot of the same game over and over again.
Yeah.
I do hit it every now and then, but it's just like seven different games 7 different times. It's like, that's a lot of gaming time, especially when I looked at my hours. I played a lot of games. I played enough collective hours to be 89 days.
Oh, yeah. So, I don't keep track of the stats of how long we've been playing, but I noticed that's something new that you've been doing.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, all right, well, I start the game this time. Because you would tell us every once in a while, it's like, that game took us 45 minutes. Cool, all right. That game took us 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I like keeping an eye on that. It lets me know, okay, these are long games, these are short games. Hey, this is a new game, so I'm not going to do this. Yeah. So let me keep another track of it after everybody knows how to play this game and see how much difference a new game to... It actually helps us when we go into our gamer criteria. It's like ease of play. It's like... the replay value, length of time and scaling well.
40 minutes, right?
Length of time and scaling well. Yep. We already know how to play it, and it is down drastically. So this is more of a true time frame for this game rather than our first game of it.
Right.
And I like keeping that kind of stat as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Cool. Well, let's get into this. 2025, like, it's a year of gaming, for sure.
Yeah, we had a good time gaming this year. We even went to a con.
The new board game con,
yeah. So
if you heard our gaming goals in 2025, you'll know that was one of my goals, and we succeeded at that, so that was fun.
Yeah, and then because of that con, actually gave me something really cool on my statistics I'll have to talk about here in a minute.
That works. So let's talk about just total plays.
Okay.
That'll be our first one. Here we go. So I'll start. Total plays, I played 716 games this year. Now, granted, I still have about 8 more days left in the year. 9 more days.
Yeah, and I have
one more. So we'll jump up for that.
I have one more planned game day.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, so it'll go up from there. But 716 games as of right now from January 1st. 568 of them were different, according to my app, which is good. And new to me, which is new... since I started tracking in 2019, early 2019.
I thought you started in 2020 because I was the only one tracking in the first year.
No, I started shortly after you, but you would like started in 2019. I was like halfway through the year, and I was like, all right, I'll download the app too. But 336 games. Now I did track my new games, and it was like 278 new to me games.
Yeah.
So there's about 50 games that I replayed that I hadn't played since 2019, which is awesome. Yeah. And then finally my H-index, which you'll explain more, is 5 for me.
Yeah, so for me, I played 401 times, 295 different games, and honestly, I think that's going to hit 300 here in a little bit, because like I said, I have one more planned game day, and that's after Christmas, so how many new games am I getting for Christmas kind of thing?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I may change it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
227 were new to me, and again, like you were saying, this is going to be more along the lines of it might be have games in there that were not tracked on the app, and I know there's quite a few just recently.
I think like Stone Age that you and I played was
that and Thanos Rising too. That was another one that I hadn't played in a while, and that was the first time I tracked it on my app because I've been playing more of the Star Wars version of it.
You're right.
166 were apparently tagged as my copy of games, and now I don't really go into that much detail, so it might have tagged it because I say I own it, and it just automatically tags it.
Right.
But it's 166 games I actually own, so I'm kind of happy the fact that I'm playing the games that are on my shelf here. So
right.
So. But yeah, that is crazy. And the other thing I'm talking about is the hours played. I played equal to 452 hours throughout the entire year, which equates to 89 days.
Yeah. So if you didn't stop for 89 days, that's really ridiculous.
Right?
That's 3 months of play. That's January through March. Non-stop.
And what I think of is a big part of it too is that we've been a lot more consistent with our gaming group. Even if like it's just you and me, we'll play 2-player games. If it's just me and Damn It Dom, I'll play 2-player games with him. But we consistently still do it. Every now and then, we're gonna miss like I'm on a trip or stuff like that. But then you and Damn It Dom probably get together, and you usually here.
Yeah, which is kind of silly.
But you watch my dog, so I'm like, you guys, if you still want a game here, I'm going to keep the dogs company for a little bit. Yeah.
Although he doesn't have an aversion to cats, so he can come to my house and play there too. And there's times where we've had to do that, where I'm like, I just can't leave the house because of whatever reason.
Yeah, and I get that. It's just more along the lines that you're already taking care of the dogs. You're like, why don't we just play here? And exactly. Luna gets to see, damn it, Dom, her second favorite person.
Right. Oh, by the way, stick around to the end of the episode. We'll talk about our surprises and our favorite games.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about players, locations, month, stuff like that.
Yeah. Works for me.
There we go. Whoa, let's not drop the coin of doom. Here we go. All right, I'll do it again. So, 72 different players, 60 of which I have names for in there. So, there is sometimes where I'll play with, anonymous. I just put as anonymous, because they're, maybe somebody who comes in the shop for the first time, and I sit down and play the game.
I tend to do that a lot, too, just because, a lot of the people that we met at BGG Con, I'm not going to play with them again. I don't want them, gumming up my statistics, so I just throw them under anonymous.
Exactly. So I had 72 different players, 60 of which were not anonymous, 27 locations, and my most played month was October, and I know why that was the case. I will go into the actual name, or telling you about the most played games and all that stuff in a moment, but most played people I'm with, 238 games with you.
Yep,
which, I mean, you probably have that same statistic.
You have one more than me, because I have 237.
Then maybe I tracked one extra. I don't know.
Yeah, because I have 237.
Our mutual friend Jim, I played 166 games with him.
Nice.
And our mutual friend Dom, 135 games with him. Which probably is a little bit more than you've played.
Yeah, because I've had a couple trips where you guys just played here.
Exactly. And then as far as those are the players, my most played month was October. I forgot to look how many plays I played during that, but I know that's my most played month because that's when you and I started doing BGA online.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of locations, the most played places that were obviously my house was the most, your house was the second most, and BGA online, specifically with you and another friend of mine that we've been playing non-stop. So those are my 3 most played locations. Probably about 2/3 of all of the gaming I've done were in those 2.
Yeah, so going into the players, for me, 15 different players, 9 of which are named, so I play with consistent groups.
Yeah.
My most played player is you at 237 times, Dom at 142 times, my wife at 124 times, and our friends both equal at 123 times. I played one more time with my wife, and it's not that she plays games with me. It's just that at one point, one of our friends had to pick up the food, so we played a small game, just the 3 of us. And then another time, we were waiting for one of my friends to finish her D&D campaign, so we played a game waiting on her. So it's it just kind of worked out pretty well.
Yep.
And then, of course, the last one here is Gamehead Geek. I only played 64 games with him this year.
Wow, he's been slacking.
He's been slacking. The different locations, I have, I think it was 10 different locations.
Okay.
My most consistent was, of course, my house, over 55% of the time, because I host game night here. Just hosted it yesterday when we did our little Christmas party.
Sure did.
My friend's house, I go over there consistently, 22% of the time. Mm-hmm. Board Game Arena is now sitting at 11% of the time. And funny enough, we played enough games at Board Game Geek Con that it counts as 6% of my plays.
It did not make a dent in mine, hardly. Comparatively, I guess.
Yeah.
So I played... You know what my next one down was after locations, after BGA Online? Restaurants. I lump restaurants together as one because I will bring a card game or a little party game.
The next 2 was your house, and because I think we played
4 games there? Wow.
And then I played 4 games in my Denver hotel while waiting for my wife to get off the job. So.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so no, mine is restaurants. I played over 100 games at restaurants this year because I'll bring it, while we're waiting for food, let's play a quick 15-minute little game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just played a new one actually. I had lunch on Saturday with my family, and we played that It's a Balloon game. And so it was pretty decent. I mean, they were in love with it, but it doesn't do anything that Tadam doesn't do, and Tadam is better. So I'm like, okay. Yeah. I'll probably keep that one. But still, that kind of... I'll bring that quick little party game so we can play.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, my wife doesn't do that. Usually I'm going to restaurants.
Well, you guys don't go to restaurants all that often anyway.
Yeah,
right?
you normally will order
She has
food
to eat out all the time
Yeah,
anyway,
so she'd rather eat at home. In fact, I have dinner ready to start cooking when we get done here.
Right, exactly.
Because I got to let that stew for a bit.
Yep.
All right.
You're making stew, huh? No.
Making chili.
Okay, good choice.
Yeah.
All right, now let's talk about our most played, like, categories, designers, games, stuff like that. Here we go.
I'm starting, so I'll go ahead and start off with the easiest one, which is designers. A bunch of the designers that I played this year were all 1%. There's only 2 designers that I played enough that hit 2%. Bruno Cathala and Reiner Knizia.
Okay.
And what's interesting about that is I'm playing a lot more Knizia games than I thought I would.
Yes.
And it's fair.
Second most played.
The second most played, not a lot, but mind you, it's a lot of stuff like, it's because it's counting the different games. So like, Gloomhaven is probably one of my most played games in here. Oh, and we never mentioned the H-index, but I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Knizia is, because I played a lot of Knizia different games, same with Cathala, I played a lot of different games. I played a lot more Cephalofair games, Isaac Childress, because I played the Gloomhaven a lot, but I've only played that one game.
Right.
So that's what I think it's actually reading on that statistics.
Sure.
And back to the H-index, just real quick, my H-index was 6. This is the best H-index I've ever had.
Yeah.
And what an H-index is that you play a multiple of games a certain amount of times. So let's just say I played 8 different games, and each of those I've played 6 different times. It only counts 6 to 6, and it's just how many games you played a certain amount of times and where they meet up.
Yeah.
So if I played 8 games at least 6 times, then my H-index is 6 because it's 6 games 6 times.
Yeah.
If I had played 8 of those games 8 times, then it would be an H-index of 8.
Yep.
So that's why mine was a 6, yours was a 5.
Yep.
And so finally, going back into the category sections, my categories itself, my most played category was card games of 38%. Most of these games are going to get tagged in card games because they have cards in them.
Yeah, not to interrupt you, exact same for mine. So like, card games 38%. Yep.
But the other 2 major ones here is I played games that were tagged under the fantasy category 18% of the time, and my last one of the top 3 was animals at 15% of the time.
Not a 1-to-1. I had fantasy at 16 and dice at 14.
Dice was my next one, and it was at, I think, 12%.
Wow. Okay.
The other one we were going to do was mechanisms, right?
Uh-huh.
Hand management, which a lot of games do. That was my biggest mechanism, 31% of the time. Followed by set collection at 28%, and I played 27% solo games this year. So
my solo was tied with my third. Hand management 27, set collection 26, and then dice rolling 20% for me. Yep.
Yeah, I didn't actually hit dice roll. I'm surprised. I played a lot of dice games, but I guess not that much.
Apparently you're playing by yourself more.
Yeah, apparently. Which is weird. One of the main ones I play solo has dice in it. Final Girl, right over behind you over there. So it's like...
Yeah. That's
okay.
pretty wild. All right, so mine categories, I already talked about categories and mechanisms. Most played designers, Reiner Knizia at 2%, which is my most played. Yeah. And then Wright, also with 2%, Phil Walker Harding.
Yeah, it makes sense because you recently just had a Phil Walker Harding day where you and your mutual friend Jim that we were mentioning about earlier pulled just a bunch of your Phil Walker Hardings off the board.
Exactly. And then we played, like, when he came out with Don't Fall For It, the party game, I've been playing that, like, a bunch of times. That is one of my more played games this year because it's super accessible.
Yeah. So I've been playing a lot of Cathala. Like Volonimo was a new one that I played.
Yep.
I've been busting out Abyss again, so I'm not surprised there. I'm more surprised Knizia because for a while there I haven't played any of his games, and now we've been playing nothing but Knizia games.
Cathala was my number 3 actually.
Because of us.
Yeah, because of me. I have purchased Volonimo, whatever it is.
Yeah,
I did have to pick that up.
That's a neat one. I love the 2-player aspect of that one too.
It was smart. All right, cool. So, what about your most played game? Let's talk about that. That'll be our very next one.
Okay. All right, my most played game is very simple here. This was the Fellowship of the... Oh, sorry, let me do this. Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring trick-taking game from Office Dog. That is by far the most mouthful name title out there. It's ridiculous. For such a small game, too. Played it 15 times this year. In fact, we're still not even done with the game. We're about halfway. I think we're only in chapter 9 right now. And I don't know how many chapters in there. I'm assuming close to 15 to 20. They're getting ready to get the 2 towers out starting in January, I think is when they're going to roll that one out. Yeah. So we've been having fun with that one. This was actually on my short list of surprising games because I'm always been a big fan of a trick-taking game. I enjoy trick-taking games. Yeah. But the fact that, because I played the Crew, cooperative trick-taking games, they're fine. I like them. I didn't know I was going to fall in love with this one. First off, the art design on this one, fantastic. The way they're evolving the story and telling the story of Lord of the Rings through a trick-taking game, fantastic. And it's, I think, more book than the movies. But it has been played a lot. Well, Unmatched Tales of the Maze was another one that I played a lot of. Basically, the Adventures version, the co-op version, I played that 7 times. Just recently played the newest one that came out. The other one is Gloomhaven, as I mentioned earlier. Finally beat that game this year, so quite happy about that. Ticket to Ride, Legacy, Legends of the West. These are all tied for the most. Gloomhaven, Ticket to Ride, Legacy, Legends of the West, because I played 6 times this year to finish it off, because we started the end of last year. Things and Rings and Similo are the other ones that I've played 6 times. And so, yeah, I have 4 games tied for 6. So, just outside of that is Tidal Blades 2 from, I forget, Damn It Dom's game. But we just haven't played it in a while because we're missing one person of the crew every time.
Right. Exactly.
Your most played.
All right, so I wrote down 3, but I will point out, you know how I had a challenge at the beginning of the year with the Forbidden games? Yeah. None of those are on my top 3.
I'm not
Ironically,
surprised.
They were in my top 10, obviously. All 3 of them.
Play them all that much. You finally succeeded after how many tries?
The fifth try. Yeah. The 5th try, we've succeeded. So, in fact, I had a conversation with somebody at the shop, and they were like, hey, have you played the Forbidden games? I'm like, oh, yeah, I have them all. I love them. And they were like, Skies is brutal. I'm like, yes, it really is. That was the reason we had to keep playing it, because it just destroyed us every time. Yeah. All right, so my most played games, number 3 most played games, first off, is So Clover at 6 plays. We just, as soon as I brought that out, I brought it to one group, it worked well. I brought it to another group, worked well. I brought it to another group.
We just recently showed it to Gamehead Geek this past week.
Exactly.
Or a couple weeks ago.
It just hits every time. My number 8, my number 2, which is only 8 plays, technically is Hitster, and that's because I'm not including the 6 plays of Guilty Pleasures in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now, if I combine the 2, because they're really the kind of same game, that would be my number 1.
Yeah, see, what I'll do is I'll always tag Hitster as the game I played, and then tag the expansion Guilty Pleasure in there. That's how that's how I always do it.
And then the final one, with 10 plays this year, the only game I played 10 times, Fairy. The up and down, high-low, like big group party game. Yeah. Because I remember I played this at Terry Black's in, right outside of Terry Black's barbecue in Austin, Texas, with Justin and Anne-Marie DeWitt of Fireside Games. Played it with them. They liked it. There was like, this game is so dumb. And I showed it to our friends at Level 99, too. Yeah. And Josh, who I love Josh, he's the designer of Bullet. He agreed. He was like, how did nobody else come up with this until now? This is so dumb in the way I respect so much. Yeah. Like, and I agree. It's like, this is such a dumb game, and it's not, and I don't say that demoralizing. I mean, like, it's like, how did somebody come up with something so clever out of something that was like...
Yeah, it's the right kind of dumb, as we say.
It's the right kind of dumb, and I appreciate it so much. So Fairy, easily my most played. I actually used to keep this in my jacket pocket until, like, I lost my jacket for a while. And so now it's just a go-to. I'll just bring it anywhere, and it's like, nice. Just a stack of cards. All right, you ready to go into surprises and favorite games of the year?
Sure. I'm just trying to see if
is there any other stats that we missed out on. I think those are all for mine.
Most played surprises. Yep, that's everything it looks like to me. So
okay. Cool.
Oh, the months. Our most played months. I didn't get to mine.
October for mine. Yeah.
For me, which is interesting, my most played month was a tie. November and October.
Oh, okay.
Both of them had 64 plays in that month.
Wow. 128 total.
60 different games in October, 61 different games in November. So that was crazy for me on that one.
No kidding.
Part of it was because of the Board Game Arena that we were mentioning. And then November, it was the November was the Board Game Geek Con, and we played a bunch of those dexterity games towards the end. That's, I think, what pumped it up, because we played like 6 or 7 dexterity at the end of it. But yeah, I just really enjoyed those 2 months. The Board Game Arena has been really good. Playing some old ones like Stone Age, we played Six Nymph with Gamehead Geek. That was fun. What else did we play that was...
Can't Stop is so good on there.
Can't Stop was really good. We had
King
a blast on that. King of Tokyo was another one, yeah.
114 games in October for me.
Dang, well that would do it. But that's because you're also
about. That's what I was trying to catch up. That
like
deficit.
6 different people on Board Game Arena.
Right. Well, that's also what happened is so I was trying to balance out my equilibrium, as I called it, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to play just as many new games as replays. And I was behind more than 100 games of new games. So I needed to replay a bunch of stuff. Board Game Arena had a lot of games I owned, so I was like, okay, who can help? One friend helped me out, 30 plays. You helped me out a whole bunch. So I was like, we're going all replay this month. And I hit 114 games out. I caught up in that 1 month.
Yeah, that 1 month. And now you were sitting at your equilibrium. And you're actually pretty close around it, right?
I'm at 3 more new games. And that's including
and that's yesterday. Because what we played last night. So.
Yep.
Speaking of which, by the way, it's not on my list, but Distilled, actually a fantastic game.
Yeah, really cool. All right, let's go surprises.
All right, surprises.
All right. Do you have them in any particular order? Because I don't either.
I don't have them, so I'm just going to go what makes sense. I start. So do I do all 5 or do I do
let's do all 5.
Okay.
And we'll react.
So the first game on my list here was a surprise to me because I didn't think someone can make a roll and write as good as this game was, and this is River of Gold from Office Dog, and that is a surprise to me. I've been really loving the Office Dogs.
Roll and write,
roll and move, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
A roll and move, and make it as good as it was.
Yeah.
Because it's not just roll and move. It's like I can move my ship based on my roll, or I can trigger this ability, or I can trigger that building, or I can build this building in this area, and this way, when you guys trigger it, I get something out of it. It has a lot of depth to it. I was not expecting for something that has 2 dice and cards.
Yeah.
And a beautiful board with little gold inlay in there and stuff like that. It's a fantastic looking game. Was not expecting it to be as good as it was. I really am enamored with it, and I want to play it some more.
Yeah, I very much... the production on that was top tier.
Yeah.
It really was.
It was so good. And it's not super expensive either for how good that production is.
Yeah.
The next game I'm going to talk about here is one that we played at Board Game Geek Con. I kind of feeling how I was gonna like it just because how everybody talked about it, and I've loved other games from this company. But the fact that I played it and I'm like, I can't find it here. This is going to go on my Christmas list, and ended up getting on our Secret Santa escapade last night. And this is Invincible, the hero building game.
Yep.
I love bag building games. I wish there was more bag building games because I think deck building is a little overused, and back building gives you the same emphasis that deck building gives you.
Yep.
And I loved how this played, so much so that after Christmas and everything's over, I think I'm going to start the Invincible series and see how that goes.
Okay.
Because I enjoyed this one, and this one kind of reminds me of a video game I just recently played, like Dispatch, where you have a guy who is a superhero, you're working with other superheroes, and you're trying to find that nice puzzle aspect of like, I'm using these stuff in here, and I got this to trigger, and I got this to do, and then you send it out there to go fight the bad guy, or try to go rescue your compadre who fell down, and you got to go send someone to go help them out. I really do enjoy that one. That was actually a surprise because I'm like, I know nothing about this series. I've heard good things from reviewers and people talking about it.
That's your introduction.
And so I'm like, I want to try this because I've heard really good things. And the market is flooded with Invincible stuff. And everybody says this is the best one out there. And I'm like, I can see that because this was actually fantastic. I had a good time playing it. And now I own it. The next game I'm going to talk about, in fact, the next 3 games are little small card games. You know, I'm enamored with them. This one I played for the first time this year because my wife brought it back for me from Amsterdam, and you were enamored by it. You enjoyed this one. You saw it at Board Game Geek Con the year before. Mm-hmm. This is Kabanga.
Oh, yeah. And, Gamma the year before.
Yeah. And then it is now in the States as Snailed It by Hasbro or something like that. It's a fantastic game.
I mean, it's actually in the U.S. Under Kabanga.
Kabanga as well, under Amigo.
Amigo brought it in, and you can find it at like Barnes & Noble.
Yeah.
But if you can't find that, then Snailed It.
I know. I've seen that at Target a few times. I've seen that at Walmart as well. So
fantastic game.
Yeah, it's a really simple little card game where you don't want to leave too much space because people will feed cards to you and shout like, Kabanga, here you go. Yeah. It's like, there's only like 3 spaces. I'm not going to get 3 cards. And next thing you know, you're getting 3 cards. Yeah. You're like, God.
I'm glad you enjoyed that so much. It's like, yeah, I'll play this. There's only a space of that. Kabanga.
Yeah. It leads to a lot of fun on that one. Yep. The next one on my list here is another little small card game that I enjoy, and I thought I was going to like it because I like everything from this company. But when I started seeing it played, I'm like, oh, wow, that is really simple because it's almost an auto battler type game.
Oh,
but it's not. And it's not the one you're thinking of.
Oh, it's not.
It's not. It's from Thunderworks, Fliptoons.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting like this deck building, almost auto battler. It's like, okay, now I'm just going to flip these 6 cards up, and this is what I'm scoring this round. Yeah. And it's the first person to hit 30 to trigger the end game.
Yeah.
And it's like, this should not work, and yet I have a blast playing this. I love the artwork on it, and I'm like, I'm enamored with it. I found it like very pleasantly surprised playing this one. I'm like, I don't know how this is going to be, but it's like a $20 game. I'll pick it up. Played it, and I'm like...
Yeah, it was silly.
Oh, that was silly. All right, let me play it again with my other game group. And everybody's like, why is this as good as it is?
It's so dumb. But then everyone, like, I found, like, the serious gamers complain about that very last flip. Like, it all comes down to the flip at the end. It's like, yeah. It's like, don't take games like this seriously.
It all comes down to the flips every turn.
Yeah, every turn.
So it's like...
It's like, yeah, so it's like some people will be put off by that last turn. It's like, well, then you're too serious.
Yeah, you're taking it too seriously.
Like, let's go play Animal Upon Animal to...
Oh, no, I got the crocodile. He ate my lion over here.
Yeah, exactly. No, the Fliptoons is great. You know, it's a slot machine theme.
Yeah,
really what it is.
Yeah. Just didn't expect it to work as well as it does.
Yeah, it does.
And the last surprise for me is a actual major surprise. One, it's a designer I'm not as enamored as you are. 2, it's one of those, it's trick-taking, but here's the twist kind of thing on this one.
Yeah.
And 3, it has Rio Grande art on that, and you know how I feel about that. And this is Fishing from Friedman Freeze.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Man. Yeah, because that's right. I remember showing you that, and you're like, oh. Yeah. I see what you're doing here. Yeah. I don't want to win tricks this round. I want to get really good stuff next round.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so this was a big surprise for me because Friedman Freeze is not one of my favorite designers.
Yeah, that's fine.
Power Grid all over again is our favorite meme in here because of somebody in this chair over there. But I've played other stuff like Fast Lost. That was fine. Yeah. I didn't like Futuropia. I didn't like what was the other one?
504.
504. I didn't like Fine Sand. I didn't care for Fear. Yeah. Any of those fast forward games I wasn't a big fan of.
Sure.
So it's like when you're like, oh, this is a Friedman Freeze. It's a trick taking game. I'm like, I have enough trick taking games. And he's like, oh, but this does this. And I'm like, all right, we'll play it. It's your pick anyways. We played it, and I'm like, I hate how much I like this game. Yeah. It's ugly as sin.
Yeah, it really is.
But it's fantastic.
Yeah. No, I stand by that. Like, so, he's one of my favorite designers, not because he makes my favorite games. He's one of my favorite designers because everyone else, like, you can kind of see an evolution of things where it's like one person's like, they come up with a new idea, like an auto battler, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Challengers is really cool. We should make more games that, like, play itself kind of in a way.
Yeah.
And then other people are like, all right, well then, that would make sense to add this thing onto it. And then let's build off of this new design, right? And they kind of evolve from each other.
Yeah.
Freedom and Freeze, you're always going to get something different. Like, it may not always work. In fact, oftentimes, it's like it's a coin flip, right? You know? But you're never going to get something that's tried and true with him. You're gonna get something that's like, I haven't seen this in anywhere else, so I'm willing, like, let's at least experience this new thing. And I like that.
And to this day, fishing is the only Friedman Freeze game I own.
Yep. Yep. So far.
So no.
No, hold on. Let's not say never, because look at how many Knizias you played this year alone.
That is true.
Hate Knizia.
I didn't hate Knizia. I just thought he's one of those things where it's like, where the heck do I start? Because there's like 600, 700 games of his. It's like, where do I start? And the few that I have played, I wasn't enamored with. I found them fine. Yeah. But some of his newer stuff that have been coming out have been hitting. Mille Fiori. Well Riders was not a bad game.
It's really clever.
The card game was okay.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, so yeah, Friedman Freeze Fishing was my biggest surprise.
I can see why that. Yeah, that's cool. All right, was that all 5? Okay, cool. So, this first one, 2 of these are from designers that I already kind of liked. Okay. And I'll start with like some of the more obvious ones. So Moon Colony Bloodbath was my first one. And so I generally like Donald X Vaccarino. But this is twofold, right? Because I love Dominion. I knew this wasn't a Dominion game. And I'm okay with that. Yeah. And I played Greed, and I was like, okay, that's a cool game. And I've heard Nefarious is like a 50-50. It's not bad, you know? But then earlier this year, I played Temporum, which is another one from him. And that was already surprising. I'm like, this is a really clever game. So when I heard about Moon Colony Bloodbath, I love the theme. I think it's hilarious of a theme. Because all you're doing is you are having a moon colony, and you're trying to keep as many people alive as you can, because eventually the robots go crazy, start destroying everybody, and the last person with survivors alive. Or the person with the most survivors alive, when one person is completely
it has player elimination that works well.
Exactly, yeah. And so, because it cuts off as soon as one player is eliminated, and then it's just whoever has the most survivors wins. And there's even, like, we never got to it, but there's if we made it, I think, one more round, then it would have hit the card where it's like, okay, your mission was a success. You have proven that a moon colony works. Who has the most people, you know? And it's like a celebratory, like, yay, we all didn't die too bad. But, you know, it's...
Yeah.
So, I knew I was going to probably like it. I wasn't expecting it to be just that crazy, silly, fun, ridiculous, like...
You know what's funny about
bring
this?
out the theme that well.
That's 2 Board Game Geek Con games that made our surprise list.
Yep. The next one is also another one, because we love Concordia a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And
oh, my God, you put this one up
I put Hamburger up here, because... It's,
ugly as sin. Speaking of real... Like real
even worse. It's so ugly. And you look at that cover, you get shivers. You're like, oh no, what am I about to do?
Then you bust out the board, and that's not much better.
And it doesn't help. And then you're like, man, what did you ask me to do here? And then you play it, and you're like, this is a super clever game.
Yeah,
like,
it was really good.
This has no right being this good.
Plus, it has a little middle bell in there.
It has little bells, yeah, which is awesome. And so it's just, it was so surprising, because I was like, I knew it wasn't going to be as good as Concordia, but it's pretty darn close, honestly. And the fact that this designer makes such really intricate, like, clever designs, I'm just enamored by what he does. So, Matt Gertz is the designer. The next one is Adulthood by Brotherwise Games.
Yeah, that was surprising. I really did enjoy that.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, it was like a $30 game at Barnes & Noble. I was like, oh, I'll pick it up at $34, something like that. I was like, it looks funny. I like the theming on it, but it looks like kind of like almost a Take That game, and if it's not a Take That game, then it just looks like a silly little, whatever. Like I'll do this, I'll get some points, that's cool, whatever. But no, it was actually a robust game, right? And, like, we enjoyed it. My other game group didn't like it, but our game group liked it quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, and it was just, like, it's all about managing your dials. Like
updated version of life, almost, without the rolling right. You're still doing, you got a job, you got a girlfriend, you got a family to support kind of thing. I can get why some people don't like it, because I already live that kind of life kind of thing,
But, like, it's like, well, in this one, I'm going to go off and marry an artist and then commit tax evasions, because that's why not?
Well, right? I found it funny too because you were basically married. You were a board game designer that married an artist, and we were just having.
yeah, exactly. And then you got divorced 4 times or something.
No, I broke up. I only got married once.
That's right. You kept breaking. All right, let's swap you out.
Next girlfriend. Well, then I was a teacher.
Yep.
And then ended up dating one of my students, and then we broke up.
Oh, man. So weird. It's the stories that it came up with was just silly.
So, yeah.
I just thought it was such a charming game.
I don't disagree with this one.
I would bring it back again.
Yeah.
It was a good time. All right. My next one, second to last one, I'm more surprised on it that he was able to pull it off, and this is Vantage. From Jamie Stegmaier, and the reason it's so surprising is because I love the idea of an open world exploration game, and I've been kind of searching for that.
Yeah.
In a board game, I've played Seventh Continent, I've played a few different others that are kind of touted as that.
Gloomhaven in a sense because you are exploring the map.
I don't know,
but yeah,
Gloomhaven doesn't give this wild different stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm going to go to this place to battle a different thing, It's I'm going to go to this thing to kill a different thing. And that's cool. But, this game, it's I'm going to go that direction. Oh, I fell off a cliff. I'm making stuff up, by the way. It's and I landed in the arms of a sentient there.
Yeah.
Okay, do I fight them? Do I praise them?
Do I charm them?
Do I charm them? Do I just leave? Should I just walk away awkwardly?
Awkward.
Yeah, it's but I'm trying to find this mountain peak, and there's a boat there. What do I do?
Yeah.
And so, and it's funny because I've been playing this quite a few times with our mutual friend Jim, and he loves it. But he very much leans into hey, we need to actually beat this game. Because he's we've tried about 3 times, and we haven't even attempted to beat it.
I've beaten
it. We did too.
Yeah.
We did. And so we were able to beat it this time. And it took a really long time. That's fine, but...
I wasn't expecting it to be a short game.
Yeah, exactly. But just how we were doing it, it's when you focus on really beating it, then yes, it's doable. But if you're just going I don't really care about that, I want to see what this thing does, then it just came up with some of the wildest situations. It's not a legacy, it's not a scenario game, so you can keep playing it.
You just have a little bit more information each time you do.
Exactly, which may or may not hinder you, but...
I would equate it to our video game people out there. It's kind of like a roguelite. If you play Balatro and stuff like that, you have some information that every time you restart this game. Yeah. So it's kind of roguelike.
Open world roguelike.
Yeah. So that's what it is a lot like.
Yeah.
You have a lot of information. You have some information going in. Now, if you ever get to the same space that you've done before, and I still have not gotten to a location I've already done.
I have once so far, but once.
I've played this game 4 times this year.
Actually, no, I haven't. One of my fellow players got to a location I was previously at from 2 games prior.
Yeah, so it only gives you a little bit of information. Yeah. And even then, when you're at a location, you only get to activate it once.
Yeah, there's 800 locations, so you're not going to remember what you did.
Yeah, it's I fought this last time. Let me try this.
Yeah.
That is a completely different...
Right, yeah. It's I don't know how that... Ooh, yeah, so Vantage was definitely a surprise. It's one of those, it might be my favorite Jamie Stegmaier design, just because I think what he was trying to do does it so well that I enjoy the mess out of it. Now, and again, I get why some people, hey, Legend, I get why some people don't like it. And again, if you go into Skyrim or Fallout or Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or any of those games that are open world, to follow the main storyline, if you need that structure, don't play this. You're not going to like it.
Yeah.
And I found a couple players that are like that, and I realized, and because I told him, I was hey, so when you play games like that, what do you do? And he was well, follow the story. I'm but do you ever go out exploring? He's actually, no, I really don't like doing, I'd like there to be structure.
Yeah.
And I was okay, then I can't actually recommend this to you. But it was still pretty fun. So... Let's see here. Just saw a copy of Hit Me in the local game store. Yes! Yes! It happened. That's great. Where are you from? Tell us where you found it. Or what store, I guess. Give them a shout out for carrying my card game. Woo! All right, and my number 1 surprise, which was so much of a surprise to me that I taught it to many other players, despite not being able to play it while they're playing it, because it's a one-player game of hidden movement deduction. This is Black Sonata.
Yeah.
Wow.
Side room games, right?
Side room games. Wow. Again, just saying that gets me excited. I saw my copy of it on my yeah, the person who I saw it and I played it and I saw my copy in my game room as I was leaving to come over here, and I've never had a solo game where I sit down and I watch somebody else play. I'm like, all right, let me show you how it works, and they're like, oh, so this works this way. Yeah, it does. I'm so excited, and then it's like, yeah, okay, so this is dope. So yeah, I got to give it a shout out. My biggest surprise was Black Sonata, the Shakespeare hidden
solo
movement game. Solo deduction game. Wild situation that didn't work.
All right, our favorite games of the year so far.
Oh, the person who put in the game library knows me in person. Okay, that makes sense then. Of course. That would make sense that they put it in the library then.
Apparently the person said they played it over 100 times. Right, flip the coin.
Now I'm curious. Okay, I'm so curious now. Alright, anyway. So, our favorite games of 2025, and this is pending, of course. This is just personal ones. And I'm sure I missed some.
The last two I'm going to talk about have been my favorite, but the other ones on here. Before I get into it, I do want to mention that one of my favorite expansions was the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles expansion for Unmatched Adventures. But one of my favorite games of all time from this past year that I played was Endeavor Deep Sea.
Oh, okay.
I really did enjoy this one, so much so that I just ended up picking up a copy of Endeavor Sails or whatever it is, the Exploration Age game.
The original one?
Yeah. Not the original one. That was the sequel, and Deep Sea is the sequel to the sequel.
Gotcha.
So, but yes, I really did enjoy Endeavor Deep Sea. I do want to play it some more. So much so I backed the most recent Kickstarter for the expansion to also get the upgraded bits for my version of Endeavor Deep Sea.
That's cool.
Plus, I collect the Kinderspiels, and so that is on my shelf over here with the rest of the Kinderspiel stuff. Endeavor Deep Sea. Next game I'm going to talk about is my favorite of the Stefan Feld games that came out relatively within the last year or two, because I think this ended up at the back end of 2024, but we didn't get to play it till 2025.
No, it came out this year because it was on my anticipated list.
Not that one. I did enjoy that one.
A different one?
It's a different one. I did enjoy that one, but that was not my favorite of the year. Come to the Stefan Felds that we played. And that's because the one that we did play didn't come to America till the back end of 2024. We didn't play it till January of 2025 when I finally got a copy of it.
Gotcha.
This is Civolution from Stefan Feld.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I really did enjoy that. Yeah, I really, for how big of a game that is, it is so much fun. And how much of a table eater it is.
Yeah.
But how kind of in-depth this game is, and it's like intuitive too. It's like, oh, if I do this and I do this with the dice in here like that, oh, I know when my turn is because I need to get these dice back, so I got to do this aspect of it. And it's like, wow, we've been playing this for 3 hours, and it did not feel like we were playing this for 3 hours. So yeah, I enjoyed that one quite a bit. The next one is, I mentioned it earlier when we were talking about my most played games, Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, the trick-taking game. I really did enjoy that one a lot. We did play it a lot. I've enjoyed the story. The art is fantastic. And look, another Office Dog game's on my favorite list here.
Yeah.
My number 2 game out of the 5 here that I want to talk about is a friend of the podcast. We hang out with these guys quite a bit throughout the year. We hung out with them at BGG Con. I'm really enamored with this game. You've really enamored with this game. You actually showcased this game for them at BGG Con. This is Spooktacular from Level 99. It is a go-to Halloween game, but it's just a go-to game in general for me. I want to play more of it. I want expansions for it that just gives us more stuff, because that is the best expansion you can do for this game, is just give us more stuff, because you don't have to change any of the core rules, because your characters are going to change the core rules. In Spooktacular, your monsters that come alive in a movie theater, and all you're trying to do is eat all the moviegoers there, and it has very unique asymmetrical play is a little bit of chore to teach because you're trying to teach everybody the rules of the game as well as the characters of the game. But yeah, it's fantastic. I really did enjoy this one a lot. But my number one game, I'm not going to belabor it because you mentioned it in your surprises. This has been my favorite game of the year. I've only played it 4 times, but I'm enamored every time I played this game. And this is Vantage.
Yep.
Because I love that open world exploration. It's like, yeah, hey, guess what? I'm not going to beat the game, sure, but I want to go see what that does. Or I want to go look in that over there. I was like, yeah, I gotta go do this, but I really don't want to do that. Let's go look over here and see what's over here, that kind of thing. I enjoy that aspect of it. I like I said, I like to consider it like a roguelite. It's like, hey, I have a little bit more information next time I play this. So, fantastic game, Vantage. Those are my favorites of the year so far.
Okay, and yes, I do know who that is. Okay, I was thinking about it. I was like, who do I know that's there? Okay, yeah, and then Unmatched TMNT. That's like. You're enamored about that.
Oh, yeah, one. I love that one a lot.
Yeah. I still need to play Endeavor. I still want to play Endeavor. Please let me play it.
No. Well, pick it.
All right. Pick it on my game day for your game.
Well, you want to play it. I've played it, so.
I don't play that much. Anyway. All right, so I have 5 games. I'm going to start with my favorite games of the year, and the one that is our only crossover, Spooktacular.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've ranted and raved about it. Dude, go check out Spooktacular. It's so good.
It's
Level
so
99 games. It has no right being as fun as it is. Alright, that being said, 100%. The next one, Fromage, was one of my...
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was on my short list as a surprise.
It's a robust worker placement game that has a timing aspect that people play simultaneously, so the game plays in 45 minutes. What?
So good.
Like,
Road to Infamy?
Fun. Huh?
R2I?
R2I, yeah. Yeah, R2I created this game. They always make pretty intriguing, interesting stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm very surprised at, like, everything that they come out with. I'm more and more intrigued by it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because I liked Canvas a lot. But it wasn't good enough for me to keep in my collection, in my opinion. I get why a lot of people like it. I know I'm kind of an outlier. Like, it was still good. Like, don't get me wrong. It's just I have a lot of things that do that. Like, I'd rather play Century or whatever, right? Or Splendor Base, right? But, yeah, I mean, it's just, it works better in my family.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, if I consider that, if I do something else instead, or like their globetrotting game, I'm surprised no people haven't talked about that. You know, that's a rolling right on a globe. Like, that's awesome. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, they make very clever stuff. And Fromage, awesome game. Next one was a game I showed you probably about 6 months ago. And it was a Sashi and Sashi game.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I like that one.
And it used the Mancala mechanism.
Yeah.
It's called Come Sail Away. And it's their big game that came out, a few months ago here in the U.S.
That's their biggest game.
It is their biggest game currently. Normally they try to put it like in a small package.
Yeah, card box.
And dude, like, oh my gosh, like, it's so fun. And again, simultaneous play. Yep, Legends knows it. Yep, Come Sail Away has no right being as fun as it is. And speaking of like another clever new take on a mechanism, my second favorite game was 12 Rivers that we saw at BGG Con.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's kind of like a contract fulfillment game. It's real simple, but you're putting your workers out, but they're going to be the first to choose from the blocks. And it has this cool 3D marble thing that's going down, and it has beautiful art and great components, and it's such a smart game that I'm so excited that I bought that. I wasn't going to give you guys the option of having it on my Secret Santa because I'm like, I don't want to risk not buying this game now that I know it's available here. And my last one that I want to talk about, again, beautiful components, clever, my style of game, tile laying, and abstract strategy almost. This is Ink. I brought it last night. I didn't get a chance to show you, but one day it's coming back. Don't get me wrong, because Ink is everything I'm looking for in a game. It's like Azul meets Carcassonne. But engine building and combos. Like,
I'm surprised Hot Streak did not end up on any of your lists. Because you're championing that game.
I very much like it. But I think the only thing about it is when I played it with my family directly. Like, it was my mutual friend, and then my 2 kids and my wife, and they were already in a bad mood as it was, and then so they begrudgingly chose to play the game or allowed it. But the problem is they ended up just like they set in stone that they weren't going to like it before they even played it, and therefore ruined the experience for them. And that kind of like made me a little sad, to be honest.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I mean, you know that experience where you're like, oh, well, I don't like this style of game. Like, yeah, but this one you'll probably like because it has this other aspect you do. Well, okay, too bad.
Yep.
I've already made my mind. it's like where they dig their heels in, you know.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I get that. It's like sometimes like there's sometimes where certain things will do it. Like if I am very cautious to show you something like anything resembling hidden trade or like
Social
deduction.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know that's not your style. But like if I find a game that's like this is actually deduction and yeah we're technically like a piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Like unless it's actually like, oh well, I'm finding a traitor. Like I know not to show you that, but I like if I gave you that recommendation, I'm like, hey, this is touted as a social deduction game, but this is why it's different. I think you would keep an open mind. You're like, okay, well,
we'll try
you
it.
know what I do and don't like. You know, you'll try it out. But there's some situations where like, oh well, I've already decided before I play the game that I'm gonna hate every minute of it. And no matter how much they liked it during the game, they're like, no, it was awful. It's like, but you were laughing and like almost crying of laughter. Yep, nope, I hated it. It's like, can't you just say that it was all right? like throw me a bone
my
here.
feelings.
Like I mean, I really liked it. Why you got to be a buzzkill? You
But
know?
yeah, 12 Rivers is fantastic. Though.
Yeah, 12 Rivers. Ink. I can't wait to show you Ink.
I've been you were bringing it. You've brought it a couple times and you still haven't played it. So
I know.
You're trying to do your whatchamacallit.
I really wanted to play 2001 because it needed minimum 3.
Yeah, yeah.
And well,
that I was trying to help you with that.
I know.
Like,
I appreciate.
Show Hot Streak for Gamehead Geek because he's got to leave.
Yeah,
and then you'll get the next.
That
pick
one was
afterwards.
more important.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
and I was like, and then you'll get the next pick after that. Too.
Yeah, and I just felt so bad because like 2001 Space Odyssey, you, me, and our friend can play it, right?
Yeah,
It does need a minimum 3, but it's normally at least us 3.
Yeah.
But Hot Streak, you want more players.
Yeah.
And this is something that more Gamehead Geek would like. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's just play that because I know he's gonna like it. And I feel bad because I think he's gonna sell that game now, his other game, because it's like the one he picked to play.
Oh.
Because in comparison, like he was like, okay, yeah, I see what you mean. But
Yeah.
It's a killer for a lot of those other ones. Yeah, the cards are a weird size. All right, so that was our 2025 recap episode. If you're in the chat, hang around for a little bit. We'll be doing an after show right after that. But if you've enjoyed listening to our episodes, or if you're hearing this on a replay, you can email us directly. Let us know your thoughts. We have an email at everydayboardgames2020@gmail.com. And you can email us for ideas for future episodes, whether entering contests that we're running at the time, or just to say hello. Also, follow us on Instagram.com/everydayboardgames, where you can see all the games that Daniel and I have been playing together, and some other random shenanigans that we tend to post about.
And all video re-uploads and reviews are found under youtube.com/everydayboardgames. And if you like what we do, there are 3 things you can do to help us grow on the platform. Subscribe if you're not, like the video, and comment down below and tell us your thoughts on the subject.
We also stream our episodes live at twitch.tv/everydayboardgames, and we love it when people follow us and get notified when we join on a live episode. And come join in on the chat. Tell us your thoughts during it.
And then all audio versions can be found on most podcast platforms under Everyday Board Games Podcast. This includes Spotify, Amazon Music, Podbean, and Apple.
So as always, I've been your host, Daniel.
And I've been your host, Daniel.
And we want to thank you for listening to Everyday Board Games.
And remember, every day is a good day for a board game. And Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's, everybody.